getting ready to do artwork, but first we have to determine the pizzas I'll be ordering for my wife or my sister for tomorrow. While my wife sits here on the couch laughing uproariously. We've killed her for some reason, apparently. Okay.
That's unfortunate. Maybe we can have her on the pizza.
Ooh, that would be
like if you bring in your own meat, will they put it on the pizza for you? Do you think?
Probably not this one.
Is Becky halal?
She is not. Her feet are not cloven, nor what is it? Nor has she been properly blooded yet. And you don't want to do that because
I have not been untouched.
You haven't been untouched. You haven't been blessed by a rabbi. There's a lot we'd have to do before we could actually eat Becky.
That's true.
Okay, so barring rat poison, which apparently you guys don't want on your pizza, which I think is a tragedy. What do you want on your 2 pizzas of 2 toppings each?
I would mind sausage.
Sausage?
And what is it? Pepperoni.
Okay, 1 second. Calendar.
I'm very boring, but
No, that's totes cool. I am setting a calendar reminder for
pizzas.
Well, yeah. 7 p.m. Sausage. And I actually spelled it sausage, but it auto-corrected on me. And pepperoni. I'm sure this is absolutely engaging for my people to look at blank screen, you know. And then the second pizza. What are we talking?
You can make suggestions that I can deny.
Mushrooms and olives.
That actually sounds pretty good.
So one Cain, one Abel.
Yes. So mushroom and olive. Okay. And then, do they have wings? Yes, they do. And you
have wings.
Well, yeah, you gotta have wings. I said I'd buy you wings, so...
Actually, when it comes to Stobies, their wings aren't all that great. But oh my god, they're Caesar salads.
Do you want me to get you a Caesar?
Yeah. Like, when I got the Caesar salad, I was like, oh man, I'm just gonna get like some sort of salad, that's fine, you know, it's gonna be like, because I was just in the mood for it. You know those like styrofoam hot dog things that they get like at the baseball games?
Yeah.
So it was in that, and I open it, the first thing I see is like a carpet of bacon.
So it's not so much a Caesar anymore as a bacon salad.
Yeah. Like, not even bacon bits. It's like they diced up just actual, like, a half a thing of bacon and just put it in there.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, like...
Salads are healthy.
They were. They're not now. Not the way they make them.
American.
No, that might be the American way to make a salad, but they're Canadian.
Yeah, they're poutine. What about poutine salad?
Ooh, poutine salad, not so good.
I would eat that.
Would you really eat a poutine salad, Becky?
It's meme, like.
Yeah, but gravy on your salad just sounds wrong
I
somehow.
think hot stuff on top of cold lettuce always kind of makes you gotta go, hey.
Well, you swap out the lettuce for something else.
Like
more
poutine.
A poutine salad, gravy on top of more gravy.
There we go.
It's like I have a hard time even putting lettuce on my burgers because
Yeah, no, I don't do lettuce on my burgers.
I can handle tomato at times because, you know, tomato is a trooper, but...
Yeah. Well, and
tomato just feels
with
really
everything.
bad when it's warm.
Not like in the McDLT. You remember that shit?
I do, actually. I used to eat the shit out of that. The McDLT, and then the follow-up, the Arch Deluxe, which I didn't eat because it had a weird flavor to it. And then for a while there, they had the Big and Tasty, which was basically the thing again, which if you got it right was good, but oftentimes had too much weird salt seasoning on top of it.
I love me some Big and Tasty.
The Big and Nasty? Yeah.
So nasty.
That's like various porn techniques now we're talking about. Like, you know, the McTasty, the Big and Nasty.
See, that's what Taco Bell should do. They should just own it. Like, they'll be like, oh, try this gordita. No, this is fucking get the Big and Nasty. I'm just going to show up. I want a pound of D-grade beef in a tortilla covered in microwave cheese whiz.
And beans.
And
beans.
There you go.
And we'll call it Mexican.
There you go. Okay, so I have your alarm set and a calendar reminder set with your orders for 2 pizzas with a Caesar salad. So you guys Should get a pizza tomorrow, probably around 7:30, 7:45 then.
7:45.
There you go.
That-
It's depending
that works.
upon how long it takes for them to deliver to you. And I think I have your address, too. Hold on. Double checking. Not going to say it on the stream, but I think I have it.
Tell the world our address.
Well, they already know you live in Canada. Canada's not that big, right?
Yeah.
No.
Well, a place where people live, at least.
That's very true. No, don't call my sister. Just tell me her fucking address. And yeah, I have it. I got you're good to go. I can tell them where you live. And then have my bank close my credit card afterwards going, why are you spending money on Canada?
Why do they order something from Canada and stuff?
Exactly.
But they're a pretty good place. Like, I like them a lot, and
Are we talking
when you come
Canada
up and visit,
or?
we definitely should try to eat there, because
Oh,
the only
yeah.
thing when it comes to Stobies is you want to order on the weekday, because the weekends they get like nailed and it goes infinitely slower.
Oh, that's fine. I understand that. That's like some of the artisanal chains we have here. Yeah.
During the weekdays they're great because business is a little slower, so it's all like nice and fresh. But on the weekends, because everybody in college is ordering pizza.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, what we need to do when you're in town, you and Mason, whenever we can finally get Mason to come down here too.
After the initial wave of Two Pots Williams and on
I
the
know.
border Williams and
We when you have a chance, look up online Giacomo's Pizza. They're here in Indianapolis. Oh my God, you have never had a better pizza. The place is fucking
I look forward to
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
I like that we've reached the age where when we go to visit people, we're like, oh, the food.
Yeah.
There's great food over here.
Oh shit! Yes. No, we have an upscale seafood place we're taking you to because the Two Pop place closed, which is sad.
No.
I know.
Well, there's one on the north side.
We don't go to the north side. Screw the north
That's
side.
fair.
Yeah. But we have an
We don't
upscale.
go to the north side.
No, no.
Oh God.
Well, we have an
seabugs.
We have an upscale seafood place we're going to take you to. We have an upscale like steak place we want to take you to. Oh God, they are amazing. And
place?
then Palomino,
Oh.
our go-to.
Oh. God.
And then we got to take you to Giacomo's at least once because fantastic fucking pizza. So
Nice.
yeah, I
Well,
figure.
you guys come back up and visit. We've got a few places to take you guys to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's the Bungalow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and I
I mean,
mean,
Mythic Grill is pretty good as well.
True.
plus that sushi
and
place
Tom.
you took us to the last time, we want to do for dinner the next time we're there.
Yeah.
'Cause that was fantastic sushi.
Oh yeah, I love Hanada sushi. Like,
Oh,
it's
so good. So
Like,
good.
it's so close, so good. Oh, great.
Oh, yeah. So. Good
Like
time.
food.
Food. As if it'd be any
This is
other
what
way with us.
30-somethings get it all excited about.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
like, fiscal independence is food. We're like, oh yeah, we're living the good life now.
I do love my fiscal independence. It's nice.
Here's hoping I can get on that too.
Okay, actually, I
I'm
need
so
a...
close to having a job. It's
Oh!
exciting.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
she's-
for you. I got the pom-poms of good fortune out.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
She had 2 interviews Thursday?
Yeah, in one day.
In
That
one
was
day.
fun.
She had 2 different interviews on Thursday. One place is going to let her know as of
End of this week.
end of this week whether or not she's got the job. And then the other place is going to let her know end of next week. So hopefully after that, one way or the other, she's got employment.
Yay! I'm rooting for ya.
Woo!
Yeah, this Tuesday we're gonna be doing the next taco review.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have to actually, watch that.
Well, you don't stream it. You
Oh, you
just do a
don't?
text one, right?
Yeah, just do the text right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
might later on upgrade to streaming. Like it's all developing.
Gotcha.
I get that.
Like it's like that. It's like my comic in itself. I just throw myself at it and then get better as I go.
Yeah, I get that. That's
Yeah, this month's review is I actually used some of the Patreon money to buy a tortilla press.
ooh.
So we're gonna be trying to make homemade from scratch tortillas this month.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
And
Yeah.
it's great because like if we can pull this off, they have like all the different types of flour, so we can make like gluten-free tortillas for Becky.
Becky would love that.
Ah!
It's like, because corn tortillas are lame. They fall apart.
Oh my gosh.
They're awful. So a better tortilla would be fantastic.
Yeah, like rice flour.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or
Rice flour tortilla,
Or maybe-
rice corn flour.
I saw like
blend.
chickpea flour at the store even.
There we go.
That could
And
be
I think
interesting.
there's that one like mill that your mom goes to that has all sorts of fun. They do have gluten-free flours and stuff.
They'll turn anything into flour.
Oh, you're
Bring it
talking to
house,
Mason.
turn it
I'm
into
sitting-
flour.
Heck,
I'm
I think
sitting there going,
the gluten-free bakery definitely has the gluten-free flours.
There you go.
You were talking to Mason. I'm sitting there going, my mom doesn't go to any mill right now. Yeah, so.
Oh, she's in the big
Oh.
sky.
That made Becky feel bad.
I miss
Don't
you.
worry, Becky. Are you in part of the Dead Parent Club yet?
Well,
she doesn't
halfway,
know.
Maybe.
Her dad disappeared when she was
You're
young.
in the
so she-
Schrodinger parent zone.
Yes.
like-
You don't get membership until you got a confirmation of one of them.
Yeah,
You gotta open the
well,
box.
there were suicide notes that were found, but
No
also
body.
no body, and his tool chest was also missing. So we're like, yeah, he's running from tax evasion.
Yeah.
Classy.
Yeah. Then my mom, she's in the senile stages.
Oh.
she's close, maybe.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, we're all in the Dead Dad Club.
Oh
Yeah. That
I
sucks.
expect Mason's mom can outlive us all, to be honest.
That's true.
no.
Like, she goes to, like, the gym, and she, like, does a Terry Fox run every year. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
My maternal grandmother was well into her 90s before she passed, so we got a while.
apparently, like, the Williams family women just are, like, Methuselahs.
Good G.
Not the dudes, though.
The dudes apparently have a bad tendency of just dying off quick.
Oh no.
So how long do you have, Mason?
I'm dead man walking. You kidding me?
Yeah, you have to, like, check when all your other, like, male relatives died and, like, get, like, a little... Like, we'll do, like, the little board on the back and, like, put the little pins in and, like, make, like, the little string charts to
Yes. Yes.
Sirs.
it. We'll map you. And then, like, well, if you're gonna die of a heart attack, you should have died 2 years ago. And if you're gonna die of this, you have 3 more years to live, so...
Put odds on it.
Yeah.
Oh, for my people that are actually watching my video right now, I'm working on a backdash for Darkmoon because I totally didn't explain that. So,
What, nice.
not that I think anyone's watching, but
Backdash!
Oh yeah, I should actually like.
I should check to see if the meat's good.
Oh, I don't think you put the.
I did. I put a link up.
You did? Oh,
Yeah.
So you did.
I did. I've learned like halfway what I'm supposed to do now. I don't do a very good job of art streaming, but I try.
So this one is watching, so that's probably me.
It's probably you, because I'm not even watching.
I'm watching. You want to know what I'm working on?
Sure, go for it.
I am, this is the reason why I'm not streaming. It's 4 people fucking in a shower.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you stream that?
Yeah, you need to stream that shit, dude.
I would have to get a Picardo account. If I do it on my regular live stream, they kick me off.
Weak.
Not allowed to have porn on live stream.
Weak.
That's so
Well, okay,
sad.
to be fair, you're not allowed to do that on Twitch either, so...
Yeah.
Which I think is so dumb.
Uh-huh.
One of our friends is asking a very serious, question
Oh,
that
shit.
may not be like appropriate for any viewers.
I should know what.
What's that?
Like, he's apparently wondering because you're the expert on this, but does your jizz taste differently after you got the tubes tied?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't think so, but I could see there be the possibility. Yeah.
I have not seen the difference in volume, in consistency, in taste. The only variations in taste are the normal variations on taste that I get from diet.
So, I should tell you about the card that Nathan got for me for Valentine's Day.
I got a
Okay.
Valentine's Day card.
Like, got
Yeah.
a card, and it says, on the cover, "Hey grandson, Lightning McQueen hopes your big day is tons of fun in every way." It's got Lightning McQueen from Cars on it.
Aw.
That's
It
awesome.
opens up, and it says, "And Mater is fired up as he can be to make this cake delivery. Happy birthday to a real winner." And then we
That's
open up a little pop-out where, like, the little tow truck has a little cake on his toe.
That's
And then Nathan has
hysterical.
written, "The Holocaust was a real tragedy that killed over 6 million people, you monster."
That's amazing. I wholeheartedly agree with this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was, so...
It was, and
Yeah.
that's hysterical.
It's a memorable card.
It is.
Aw.
I like
How
that.
about it? Be memorable.
Memories. So good. Alright, I'm gonna go get to work with this stuff.
If you must.
Our downstairs neighbors are like cooking something tasty.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck 'em.
I know, they're jerks.
It's like, you don't have to leave. You can keep hanging out with us. Not feeling this. God, you do.
No, you just got me.
Oh, that's okay. You're tolerable.
Thank you.
Tolerable.
You're like,
Well,
I'll take tolerable.
hey, coming from you, that's a lot.
Yeah, that actually is a lot. I don't tolerate most people.
No, you'll just like walk away and
You-
then I'm stuck.
You've seen me. You're talking to someone, they bore me, I just turn and walk away.
That's how you do it. You gotta curate your experience.
Do.
Well, yeah, I mean there's only so much time that you have, so why
Yeah.
waste it?
Yeah, no, I'm not wasting my time on stupid people.
Amen.
I just always hold on to some bit of hope. I'm like, well, what if there's something I can do to better their day?
No,
And usually, no, there's
no,
nothing.
there's nothing. You just gotta
No.
let that shit go.
See, that's my approach when I'm at work. When I'm talking to people on the phone, someone calls me and I'm just like, am I really doing my job? Am I helping this person? Or are they just being an idiot? And if I determine that they're being an idiot and I'm not going to be able to help them or, you know, at least have a tolerable experience, I find a way to make them go away.
Yeah,
And that's what it's all about, you know?
it is. It really is. I agree with that. I mean, there's at times there's just only so much you can do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Lightning McQueen. That's awesome. Well played, good sir.
Yeah, I'm romantic.
Well, you beat me, because I didn't do shit for Becky.
Yeah, we did jack all. We're like, you know what? Fuck it.
Valentine's Day, not worth it.
We're just going to cozy up and watch the snow.
And Mr. Robot. We were watching Mr. Robot all day.
How's that going?
Actually, it's pretty good. We're almost done with it. It's not to spoil anything, but depending upon your movie knowledge of the mid to late 90s, there's not going to be as many surprises in that show as some people might have expected. So, just to put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good, but, like, it's hard to be surprised by some of the quote-unquote twists in the show.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So. Me doing my best not to spoil it.
Okay.
So. Is that? I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing something? I might be missing something. It's possible I'm missing something. So how's your Paladins guide going? I've seen you've been working pretty hard on that.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. I'm almost to, I want to say 2/3 done.
Nice.
And then, you know, I've got to do the cover, because that's going to be a lot of work. And then I just format it, get it out to the printers, get a test copy, and if it's anything like Bang, I'm going to go through like 5 test copies before I get the formatting they want right.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, because you're using CreateSpace, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough.
But yeah, no, when it's done, you'll be able to get it through just regular Amazon.
It's pretty nice.
With Bang, I always intended it to be a physical book, but I understand a lot of people just want PDF, so that's
They
cool.
do. Yeah.
With this one, it really does work best because it's like a coffee table kind of book.
Yeah, I've
Like,
been
I'm not
noticing you talking
expecting
about
people
that.
to get it and be like, oh man, I'm going to read this on my Kindle on the bus. It's like, no, this is intended to be, you know, like kind of book you have in the bathroom. Kind
A
of thing.
conversation piece.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
I was super surprised that the concept and the title wasn't already taken.
That's pretty interesting. But I don't know.
I'm not that creative.
Well, I think though when you created it was at the start of the simplicity kind of popularity. So like the title of Bang.
Oh, I think he's talking Paladin's Guide.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Although, oh my god, did I mention who took my fucking title for Bang? Okay, you know the fucking men's rights activist and fucking Roosh, the pickup artist guy?
Yeah.
Okay, after I published Bang with my minimalist cover where it's black and Bang is just on the cover in white,
Yeah.
he puts out a book, Roosh. It's a pickup artist's guide, and it's called Bang. And his cover looks exactly like mine. It's pure black with white text on the front, only his title is in all caps.
Wow.
Couldn't you go after him for that? Or no?
That's a hard one to argue that there's copyright infringement. Like, there is, but how do you argue it?
Yeah, and also mine has a subtitle and his doesn't, and mine's a novel and his is a guide to picking up women. And he had a sequel called Day Bang, which apparently is different from regular Bang. And that one's white with black text.
Huh. It's still questionable. That's not cool. I'm not getting this right. This is not working for me. I'm annoyed.
I'm sure.
It's okay. I'm not getting the pose right, and it's annoying me.
I'm not getting the pose right either. Don't you worry. Look at that. Look at that bullshit. It's bullshit right there.
Okay. I really can't look. I'm sorry.
Oh, you can't?
I'm busy. Well, there's a juice in the way, and I'm busy. Woman.
What's wrong with difficult poses? Try drawing 4 people fucking in a shower.
I know that is like I don't know, level 40 kind of artiste.
I mean, I would, Mason, but I don't want to get involved in a copyright infringement thing with you. So.
Yeah, no, I would come down, like, I might have let Roosh get away with his shit, but I would drop down on you like a sumo wrestler, man.
See? I don't need that. You should hear the problems I'm having with Mason Williams right now. You draw 4 people fucking in a shower, and he's like, no, I got that. That's me. That's all me right there.
Just 3 or 5, you would have been fine.
I know.
But 4 people? No.
No.
4 is right out.
And if it was like 4 people in a hot tub, 4 people in a sauna.
Yeah, no.
4 people under the sprinklers on the lawn.
But you have a lock on the 4-way people in a shower market.
Yes.
Yes.
That's all me.
Yeah, it's like, come on, people, be original. Yeah, I don't like you either. Oh, wait.
Oh man, I should totally draw people fucking on the sprinklers on the lawn. That's terrible.
That would be... You get grass shavings all up in.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
Well, I mean, if you lay down a slip and slide.
Ooh, yeah. And I mean, the sprinklers are there to, like, rinse anything off.
Yeah, but then you're just not going to be able to get any traction whatsoever.
That's true, it is called a slip and slide for a reason.
That would be the worst group sex. You'd never be able to, like, really hold on. Nah, man, nah.
Well, it's like fucking in Zero Gravity. You have to use each other as handholds, basically.
Have you tried doing that before?
In Zero Gravity? No, I haven't had the pleasure. They don't let me on the vomit comment.
Well, yeah, if you tell them ahead of time you're doing it just so you can fuck.
Hi, I need to get on the vomit comment. I need to fuck 4 people in free fall.
You know, just do it like, okay, go. Just be like, you know, we'll hose it down afterward.
Oh, yeah, no, totally.
Oh my god, can you imagine OK Go's orgies?
Yes! Oh.
Well, they'd have to be weird and arty about it every time. Can we
Yeah.
choreograph this?
Like, it's not enough that they're just all fucking and sucking each other. No. They have to get dominoes involved.
Yes!
Aw,
What?
mold? What the hell?
Already on your bread?
I guess so.
Oh, that's sad.
Thank you for the little dose of penicillin, but I'm out.
I can't stop envisioning an OK Go orgy now.
Oh,
I just imagine the YouTube terms of service afterwards. Well, we appreciate that you guys filmed this, but we really can't allow this on our thing, even if you did set it to your music.
Well, now I'm picturing, like, all the different performance, big spectacle type bands. Like, well, of course, you got the Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be quite the interesting
Slipknot,
orgy.
I think, would be interesting.
I don't know. They just leave their masks on. It'd be pretty much what they always do. Every time. The same orgy released over and over again.
Fair enough.
Just like their music. And Dave Matthews Band, they'd get together to have an orgy and then they'd just be too stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mumford Sons. Although I don't think they're actually all sons of Mumford, so it's not incest.
Well, no, but you bill it as that and see if people attend.
That's true. That's true.
The Sons of Mumford. Wow. I will say there's vastly more entertaining conversation on this stream whenever you're around, dude.
Yeah.
That's the service I provide. That's why you pay me in pizza.
Yeah. Wow.
So tell me about this new game.
Okay, well, this one in particular, the card game I'm going to be working on, and actually I am working on, is a... Have you ever played Are You a Werewolf?
I have not. I've seen it done, though.
Okay. So it's kind of... It's in that genre without really being in that genre. It's kind of like Liar's Poker or Bullshit or any of those.
Right.
Each player is going to... The default easy rules. Each player is going to get a selection of 6 cards from the deck. The cards come in 6 quote-unquote suits, like location and quest and treasure. And they each have a coin at the top from 1 to 8. What you are trying to do is boast that you went on the most interesting adventure possible, and that you made a certain amount of money from the king who assigned the quest to you, which is the reason for the coinage.
I see.
But you don't, by and large, you don't have to reveal how much you made. Like, you don't have to show your cards. Whoever, it's basically played in rounds. And say you have 6 people playing, and they've all told their elaborate stories. Whoever has the lowest amount declared is going to be out, unless they call out one other player. Then they both have to show their cards, and if the person who had the higher amount was lying and can't back up the amount of money they said they made, they're out instead of the lowest person.
Got it.
So it's basically just trying to feel out, as people tell their stories, who's lying, who's not, so that you don't get kicked out before they do, and trying to last as long as possible. So, and we call it...
So you start with 6 people, and like every round you're eliminating at least one person, so that's a 5-round game.
Yeah, it's a 5-round game if you play with the full 6. But I don't know how long it would take for the game to take, because part of the rule is the only thing that you actually have to prove is how much money you are going to make. You can make up cards. You could tell an elaborate adventure that uses extra cards you don't even have. Whatever you want to do, All that you have to be able to back up is how much money you made.
So if I say, I slayed a dragon, and you're like, nuh-uh, I've got the dragon card, I'd be like, yeah, but it doesn't matter because I still made 48 gold. Eat
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's called Dost Thou Deceive Me, the game of boasting and lies.
Fantastic.
Yes. So, and that's, I mean, the whole point is just to lie your ass off to try and be in the game as long as possible. There is, whoever has the highest coin total at the end of a round gets 2 extra cards that no one else gets. But otherwise, there's almost no benefit to having the highest amount. So some people may want to just try and go for a middle ground amount. Some people may want to go lower or higher. Like, yeah. It's all about just lying and trying to stay in as long as possible.
So in other words, if I play the game and I don't lie, like every round I just say exactly what I have in my hand, I will probably be out very soon.
You could, unless you're lucky and get more money than everyone else.
Like, so if I just happen to have stupidly good cards every round, I could tell the truth every round. I would win.
Yup.
I would be an unstoppable juggernaut of veracity.
Of winning, yes.
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 Like no one could ever call bullshit. And they would just be like, oh shit.
Yep. And if they called it on you, you'd be okay.
Exactly.
So there is a certain amount of luck, but
all the cards have like 2 tiny all the cards have 2 tiny ones. So you just keep saying like I've got like a kobold. And like, you're like, yeah, you got a kobold. You're just like, you're right. I have a dragon.
Yep.
First. There's only a live of shitty monsters.
Exactly. There's a benefit to saying that the cards you have are actually the real ones, and there's a benefit to lying completely, because you don't want to be so far off that no one's ever going to believe you, but you don't want to be so correct that no one's ever, like, that everyone's always going to call you out or something. You know, you want to balance it.
It's like I have $1 billion gold because a spaceship crashed, and I beat up all of the prawns from District 9.
Well, considering the fact that the max money you could make at any time is 48 gold, I think $1 billion may be right out.
Well, I mean, though, if a spaceship crashes and I beat up all the prawns, though, then that would be a realistic amount. Because there was a lot of them.
There were a lot of them. But they didn't have a lot of money.
True, but I mean, the king repaid me because we had alien technology. And he's hoping that we will find a way to use that alien technology, but so far we haven't worked that out.
Well, I mean, alien technology is so unpredictable anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, venture capital.
Like a foreign card, hard deployment.
Okay, now that I've gotten a dashed frame I'm actually happy with, I will use it to make a damaged frame.
Battle damage. Soap in hot water for battle damage.
The benefit of Illustrator is cheating and reusing parts over and over again.
Yep.
Gotta love it. But then I spent, like, 20 hours getting the basic frames of Darkmoon drawn so I could do this. I really don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're putting in a lot of work. Regardless of what shortcuts you're taking, you are clearly putting in a lot of work.
I'm trying.
We have evidence of this. You've got an alibi. This is being recorded. This is being recorded, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So there you go. When the cops come and they were like, hey, where were you on Valentine's Day? Because we think you're the Valentine's Day Strangler. You can just be like, hey, I'm not the Valentine's Day Strangler. See, here's me doing art.
Chatting with Mason Williams in Canada.
His alibi checks out. Unless you're strangling someone right now and you're just being really, really quiet. Like you're using your offhand.
They're not supposed to know that, Mace. Nope. not what I want to do. Grab. Thank you. So, but yeah, that's the game we have in development right now. That's the one that I'm working on drawing. And then our Amber's and my friend Jason, we're currently working on a zombie game.
Okay.
That's actually one that the next time I visit you guys, I'll bring up with us, because right now we have a demo deck, but probably by the time I visit you guys, I'll have something better than that. But yeah.
So it's a zombie game and it's got a deck.
Yep.
What can you tell us anything about it other than that?
Yeah. That one is 1 second. There we go. What the fuck? There we go. Okay, that one is basically it's an every man for yourself kind of game. You are survivors in the apocalyptic wasteland, and winter is going to be coming before too long. So you have to go out and scrounge for the necessary supplies to survive winter, and that involves finding a flashlight, what do we put in there? Flashlight, water, and food. And it's one of each, although, that's not necessarily a truly realistic amount, but that's what we used in the game. And then, once you find those three and you have them in front of you, because playing the cards in front of you is part of the mechanic of it, you win the game. But you have to watch out for zombies that will be coming in actual waves that you have to fight off with your limited amount of ammo that you'll be finding. So
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's a game where it's like a group game where everyone but one person starts off as survivors and one person starts as a zombie, and the zombie person has a different deck that they draw from. And the zombie player's guide is to try to get everyone else to turn into zombies.
Ooh.
Where the players are trying to survive and possibly get to a certain point where they defeat the zombie. So players have a time sequence thing, and zombies have or something like that.
Well, that
versus players thingy.
It could also be interesting just to do that as an expansion, where for the game that I'm doing, where you just have an additional zombie deck that the zombies are pulling from, and one guy is just trying to fight against the rest of them and make them lose.
And yeah, you could have it's set up so that's one mode is one zombie trying to turn everyone into zombies. One could be even par. One could be everyone's a zombie except for one person.
Yeah, I like that. That could be kind of cool. I'll think about that, because expansions are one of the things that I'm trying to think of long term for the game. So
that's fair.
Yeah. So, but we hope to have Dost Thou Deceive Me out by Indiana Comic Con, which hopefully Amber will have her resident card by that point, so she can come and attend that like she's supposed to.
Right.
And then we hope to have the zombie game out by Gen Con. So, because I want to make sure I have enough product at Gen Con that I can actually make money at Gen Con.
That would be ideal.
That would be great. So, we shall see, though.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Frank. What are you doing over there, woman?
Making noises.
Apparently.
Help me think.
Okay. And then after that, I will be working on Castaway some more to get that done for you.
Cool.
Yeah. Everything in due time.
Yes.
Because, I really liked where the Castaway artwork was going that I was doing for you. I just have to find the time to work on it. And unfortunately, I started working on all this artwork for my comic, and it kind of took all my time away.
How dare you?
I agree. I was sitting there going, who thought it was a good idea for me to actually become a real artist?
Certainly not me.
I'm starting to regret that decision myself.
who do you think Obama is going to nominate to the Supreme Court?
That's a question. And it's a question of whether or not he is going to nominate anyone. Because, I haven't read the news as of later today. Early reports were like there was a decision on the fence about whether or not appointing someone yet was a good idea. But I think politically it would be a great idea for him to appoint someone just so that, the Republicans decide not to nominate them, like, they're not going to. And then they can use it as a political thing about how the Republicans are doing everything for political gain.
It's like such a smarmy move when you think about it, because, I mean, it's like, he's still the president. Like, until, like, the new president swears in, he's still the president, so there's no, like, previous, like, if there's like a method of operations, that it should just be followed through the way it is. It doesn't matter if he's on his last year of his presidency.
Yeah,
he's still the president.
Yep. Yeah. No, they the Republicans, the higher ranking ones in office, are stating that the president shouldn't be allowed to do it at this late in the game because precedent. Presidents don't do this kind of thing this late in their term.
Except they totally do.
Except they totally do. The only reason they wouldn't is because people don't tend... Like, Supreme Court justices normally don't leave office until after the election cycle is over, so they know that they can get someone appointed in their place that's of their political beliefs. If that's not a possibility and they die, that's when current sitting presidents get a chance to do it. And there's plenty of precedent for presidents appointing long after this point in Obama's term. I think the standard precedent is a Supreme Court justice have been appointed as much as 180 days towards the end of a president's term, and Obama isn't even in his technically his last year yet, or no, he is in just his last year, but it's only just barely. So plenty of time. No.
And this is like his last little bit. Like he's done. After this year, he's clocked out, and he's just gonna like double deuce on his way out.
Yeah.
So he might as well go for broke with whoever he's picking.
Well, and the question really is how he wants to help the Democrats that are running with their political talking points. So, and all but actually having announced. He's totally for Hillary at this point. So, because especially since she's the one most likely to maintain his legacy, Bernie, who I do like, is unlikely to keep all the programs that Obama's put in place because he wants to go full socialist single-payer system, which, don't get me wrong, is a great idea if you can actually make it happen. And that's the question, is whether or not Bernie could make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, Obama can't even get Guantanamo closed. It's doubtful whether or not Bernie's going to be able to do everything that he's hoping to do.
No, I think, and it's a matter of he and Hillary will do things differently, which I'm fine with. I think either one is going to do a very respectable job as a Democratic president, so I'll vote for either of them. Hillary will use executive orders more than Bernie will. Bernie is more likely to have a cabinet that's actually going to enforce things than Hillary does. Just because of the way that things work out. Obama's cabinet doesn't tend to pursue violations as much as, it's assumed Bernie's cabinet probably would.
Yeah.
So.
I think, honestly, from what I've been hearing, a lot of people are saying that Bernie will have a better chance than Hillary would in getting elected. Like, there's a lot of people who are Republicans and, lifelong Republicans who are saying, if that fucking clown Donald Trump gets the Republican nomination, I like Bernie. He's honest. He's a straight shooter, at least.
Yeah.
There are actual groups like Republicans for Bernie.
And as I said, I will vote for either of them.
Yeah.
Long term, who's going to actually be more electable is the question. And while I think Bernie's doing great right now, he does great in ultra-liberal, very white areas. And unfortunately, the next few states that are voting are not that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I got a good feeling about this guy. I mean, when you look at his donations and how there are so many from just individual people.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
And I agree. I think he's got a good shot. The issue is going to be getting out his primary base to vote, and his primary base is young people who traditionally don't vote.
Yeah.
So it'll be a matter. It'll be a matter of seeing.
This is true.
But as I said, whoever gets in, I'm voting for them. I have no qualms with either. So I am a Democrat through and through. I don't care.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yep.
Let's just not vote for the people who are actively campaigning in favor of torture. Could we maybe get someone other than that?
Yep. No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. No, yeah, I had there was we did our weird midtermy mid-elections here in Indiana this last year, because Indiana has like a 3-year election cycle, like general election, weird in between, and then midterms, and then they're off for a year, and then it starts up again. It's very strange. Or it was the other way around. We get one between midterms and general election. So we had like our own weird Indiana state elections this last year. And so we had pollsters calling regularly, like, who are you going to vote for? Like, in this election, this one, I go, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. Let's make this easy. Who has a D after their name? And they're like, well, this candidate. I go, that's the one I'm voting for. I don't always vote straight ticket, because I will go and check to see if people, like, have websites and where they sit and stuff. But I'm only checking the Democrats. I'm not actually checking the Republicans, because 99% of the time, I'm not going to vote for them anyway. So,
that's fair.
Yeah. So. Like, where do you stand politically on the spectrum? I go, do you have a spot for ultra-liberal? Because that's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, okay, do you have a little scale there where it's like 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to need you to go off the screen to the left.
Yes.
Like, whatever your scale is, it's not enough.
That's exactly right.
Just get the speakers that go to 11.
Yep.
You should make speakers that have 11.
They actually do. They do now.
Like,
Yeah, because of Spinal Tap, they do actually have speakers that go to 11.
Excellent.
Oh, and apparently I'm working on a video game now.
What?
I will start posting concept art for the card game that I'm working on, Dost, Deceive Me, so you can see. But I drew the characters in a very chibified Final Fantasy style.
Okay.
And the artwork was cool enough that Jason, who does video he can program in Game Maker or whatever, he is going to be working on an engine, and we are going to be doing a video game based around this artwork.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of keen.
Yay for you.
We'll see how that goes. I only have to do some of the artwork and stuff. I don't really have to, do the coding or anything, so makes life easy for me. I feel bad for him, but it's not working for me. That's not really realistic. Okay, hold on. I hate it when that happens. Draw on something, you go, wait, that's not really realistic looking at all.
Yeah.
Realism, out the window. And since the Darkmoon character I'm doing now is fairly realistic looking in comparison to the version I have in the comic. Which, I'm curious. You read my comic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. No, but in all honesty, how do you think it's doing? Because I don't, I get input from my normal fans, But, they'll read whatever I shit out. So, like, for you, pacing and everything else, how do you feel like the story's doing?
Well, I mean, it's sort of weird. Like, there's a difference between reading something regularly and doing an archive binge.
Yes.
And when you're reading something regularly, the feeling of pacing is going to be very different from the feeling if you're doing an archive binge. And the thing is with doing a webcomic is you got to keep both in mind, right?
Yeah. I fail at keeping both in mind, but you're supposed to anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're doing okay.
Okay.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm trying to keep it interesting.
Balance the story and jokes. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of odd, and that's because CVRPG is really just a hangout comic that just so happens to have monsters and vampires and shit. So it's not the same as and in some weird ways, I consider it more in line with your comic and Mab's comic than I would a straight-up adventure comic.
Sure.
Because, let's face it, Amber's comic most of the time is just her characters hanging out around town or at a tavern or whatever, just having a good time.
This is true. There's very little in the way of swords and sorcery.
Yeah, exactly. There is some. She does manage to work some into her comic from time to time.
She alludes to things that have happened, but,
Certainly.
Wars and such, usually off-panel.
Yeah, Dan is an adventurer. He occasionally he has to prove his bona fides. Most of the time he does not.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a hangout comic. So the pacing on it doesn't have to be the same as if it was a true swords and sorcery adventure comic.
Right.
So, still though, I want to make sure the pacing's not complete shite. So.
Right. Only part shite.
Speaking of archive binges, though, so where are you at with that comic review of mine?
I'm fucking not. I really...
Fucking not.
You know what the sad thing is? This is the sad thing. I've got 3 comics who I owe webcomic reviews to.
Yes.
And I have my to-do list that I have taped up on the wall right in back of my computer so that whenever I'm working on it, it is right up there in my field of view. And those 3 webcomic reviews have been at the top of that to-do list for ages and ages and ages. At least one of them is at least a year, I believe.
Yeah.
I honestly don't recall when they started. And my to-do list, I keep refreshing it every time I finish stuff, and, I have to redo it. And every time I redo the to-do list, I have to rewrite those at the top every time. It stings every time. And it's like, fucking do it, dude. And I haven't been, the thing is there's 2 of them on there that are friends. And that's you and Seth Tricks.
Yes.
And I'm just like, they're buddies. If I take forever with them, they're not going to kill me. But then that means that the one that I should do, the number 1 that is the next review that I'm going to do, that I've said this is the next one I'm going to do, is Center Lane, which is decent. I have not been able to find anything to say about this comic. Center Lane, it's a decent enough comic, and he's improved over time. His art's gradually gotten better. It's color now. It was black and white originally, but every so often I'll sit down and I'll do a full archive binge of Center Lane, and I'll sit down and I'll be like, okay, you just read the whole thing. It's fresh in your mind. Tell people about this comic. He's literally paying you to do this, and you literally owe it to him. Go ahead and do it. And then nothing comes out. It is a cipher. It exists. I don't know, man. One of these days, I'm gonna get it done, and they'll bust out the floodgates, and then I'll do your thing, and I'll do Seth's thing. I don't know which order I'll do those 2 in, but I gotta do Center Lane first.
I get that.
I told the dude that I would, and goddamn it. It's one of those things where you just want to work on literally anything else.
I've had those. It's honestly, it's the reason why I have to have a card game and my comic and then this video game for me to think about and other stuff is just because I will hit a point with any one project where it's just this wall and I don't want to do it anymore at all.
Mm-hmm.
And being forced to sit down and do it makes me want to do it less.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you have multiple things, so you can procrastinate away from one by doing the other.
Exactly what I do. So yeah, I have... God, what is it? How many games do I have in development right now? Let me think on that. I have the zombie card game. I have Castaway included in that list. I have the Dost Thou Deceive Me, and then I have another card game that's going to come out after the Zombies and Dost Thou Deceive Me is done called Defenders of Town. That one is kind of a Sentinels of the Multiverse style game.
Okay.
Again, different kind of rules, of course, because I always do things my way. But there's that one. And then I have the next version of my RPG I'm going to be putting out probably sometime in 2017. And the comic, of course. And, God, there's like at least one or two other games that we have plotted out. Oh, and then once I have Defenders of Town and Dost Thou Deceive Me put together, I plan to merge the two using expansion that will turn the two of them into a board game that works together. So, yeah, like, there is a lot that I could be working on right now, and it's all just so that in case I get bored with any one project, I can do the others and... like, keep my ADD going, basically.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm with you on it. At a certain point, you just hit this wall where you're like, no matter how much I know I need to work on something, I'm just not going to fucking work on it.
Yeah. I think that's the case with any creative professional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and then, I have another comic at some point that I'm supposed to find an artist for if Jason can't do it, and it's going to be a space western. So, yes.
Space Western, but not Firefly.
Not Firefly. No, this one is... It's hard to talk about it without giving away all the secrets, because it's not that it starts in media res, it's just that all the really cool backstory happens 200 years before the comic takes place, and the comic kind of reveals those drips and drabs of story as the two main characters go along. But basically... there was a civil war that happened between okay, this planet is inhabited, and it's in a Western kind of mode, because that's a fairly easy technology level to establish on a simply colonized planet and maintain without needing a lot of advanced technology.
Sure.
So you can do, it's like steampunk, industrial age, Midwestern kind of stuff, without necessarily needing anything beyond the industrial age. So they can maintain a Western level of civilization fairly easily. So in there, we are in a single town, whose name I can't remember right now, although it's written down in the one script I've written so far. And we focus on a tavern where we have a young 14-year-old girl, because it's kind of young adult-ish. Because that's a great genre to get into if you're trying to do any sort of long-form trilogy.
Right.
So her, and she encounters a marshal, who's an older, like 30-year-old woman. The marshal is not welcome in town, and the various towns they're going to travel to, she's not only welcome in. She's law enforcement, so they know they have to let her do her job. But as it's told through the early issues, there was a civil war of sorts between the law enforcement groups. And it's all explained because there's more to it than that, but that's the only story that's remembered by the civilization. These two law enforcement groups fought it out and basically devastated many of the towns that the war was going through. And so the few marshals that are left have a job to do, take out fugitives, that kind of thing. So they're let in town, but they're not welcome, so they don't hang around for very long.
Gotcha.
And that's the story, and then the girl goes off with the marshal, kind of secrets herself into the marshal's wagon as the marshal's passing through, and the girl basically cons the marshal into bringing her on as her apprentice. So. But there's a whole lot more to the marshal than just that she's a law enforcement officer, and I don't really want to ruin it, you know?
Sure.
Because like, if you were to ask me off-stream, I would tell you the whole fucking story. On-stream, I don't want to say anything about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so. Okay, got those two, and then I need to do a dead frame. And then I need to flip them. So. Yeah, you understand.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that's the other one. So that's what, like 9 projects I have that I need to work on eventually? Something like that. So. But then, of course, you've got, what, 3 different Paladins guide-style books, plus your comic and all commissions and whatever else you're supposed to be working on, so...
Yeah, well, hopefully, if everything goes well, Paladins Guy's going to have 4 sequels, so 5 books total.
There you go.
I've got my comic that I'm still putting out 3 a week there.
For another, what, 200 comics?
Number of commissions. I've got, let's see here. Well, even though Patreon now displays things as, in terms of money you get instead of money pledged, so it looks like less, so they told me that, I haven't hit that tier anymore. I still count it as I've hit the 750 tier, so I'm still doing an extra splash image once a month.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
Sexy Self Comic Day coming up. Sexy Self Comic Day I gotta handle.
Yeah.
Sexy Self Comic Day!
That's what I'm gonna work on next. I just finished my second comic, so... Boom.
Time to work on that?
Yep.
You just finished your second Reaper's Little Girl comic?
Yes! I see.
Reaper's Little Girl,
cool.
available on
Speaking of us all having a little project, how's that going?
My... What?
Reaper's Little Girl, how's that going?
Slowly, but it's actually coming along, so... I'm slowly starting to figure some things out with GIMP, or at least what I think I want my process to be. I think that's the hardest thing right now for me, is getting out from under that mental block of, I have to do this and figure out how to do these things. I don't want to do that. So once, I figure out my path, then I'll just, shite these things out, I think. Hopefully.
Right.
Shite?
You just have to figure out your process.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, shit. There's something I need to change.
On your comic?
Yeah. There's a... Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if I care. Maybe I don't.
That's the comic artist right there. I don't know if I care.
It's number 2. Kitten.
The call of the comic artist. There's an error on my comic. Don't know if I care.
Well, it's one of those things of I see it. But I doubt anyone else will see it.
Well, now that we know it's on comic number 2, everyone, once she posts it, go look for the error.
No, you'll find 5 different things, and I'll be like, I don't care about those. But the one thing I care about...
No one's gonna notice?
No one's gonna...
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Maybe you care?
What? No. I am deciding right now.
Okay. So.
I'm taking the Mike Finkelstein route in this.
And doing the least amount of work possible?
Yep.
The Mike Finkelstein way of doing comics. How can I cheap on this? I know, let's do sprites. What? It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I hand draw my comic and still do sprites at the same time. I mean, give me credit for the level of lazy I will achieve.
Tumblr, watch out! I'm getting inside of yours. Did you see the first strip Mason on Tumblr?
I did not.
Okay.
I should go and look.
You should.
Yeah, you can just click on my account and it's only a few scrolls down. Maybe 5 scrolls.
So you can add yet another webcomic to the gaping list that you read.
Excellent.
It'll take... I'm not going to actually start it until I get to comic 60, and at that point I might actually redo stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you say that now, but...
I say that now. And
the number of us that have said that, we know, eventually we'll probably redo some stuff, and then haven't.
Yeah.
There are still comics in my archive I should probably go through and redo, and I'm just not going to.
No merms for today, merms for tomorrow. Where are you at?
I mean, I explained the reason for me not always redoing my comics as I don't want to George Lucas the hell out of them. But really, it's just sheer laziness. I should update them, but I'm not going to. But yeah, I really need to get a version of Castaway out soon for you. Hopefully this year.
No rush.
Well, it's a great game, and I really want to get a version out. So it's just got to do it at some point. Got to find the time, and then got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Tinker. Steadily working on this. So your wife is making dinner for you. What is she making?
Beef stroganoff, apparently.
Delicious. I was happy a couple weeks ago we figured out how to make a gluten-free, lactose-free version for Becky.
Ooh.
Actually, turned out pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Clayton, why are you in my armpit?
So,
Right.
I think
I am looking at your strip. I'm not helping, no. I am never helpful.
So Monday, we got a season of the cast iron skillet you guys gave us.
Oh, you're going to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Season, because the Tuesday, that's what we're going to use to fry up the tortillas on. Because it mentions that, that's usually the best thing to fry on is a cast iron, griddle or skillet or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I'm like, oh yeah, tomorrow I'm going to season it. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Oh, the wait.
Like, I just realized the rate I'm going, like, I'm looking at ways to possibly make my own cheese.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, apparently, like, the cheese that you normally get for tacos was meant to be a really simple and easy cheese to make.
Easy
So
cheese.
it's like, oh man, gonna make my own cheese, gonna make my own tortillas. We're gonna get tomatoes in the coffee, which we still need to give your mom money for, by the way.
Yeah.
And like, at this rate, we're like gonna have like the most authentic, made from scratch selection of tacos, and then next month I'll do the Taco Bell review.
There you go. That's the way to do it. I like that plan.
Eventually, I'm just gonna review Taco Bell.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the end game. That's the ultimate, of
well,
course.
that's sort of my question from the readers of the review things, where it's like, you know what? I don't have as much energy to do a crazy review right now. I'm just gonna go out, order Taco Bell, and comment on it.
Telling you, one of the tacos you should do was the ones that I used to make, which I can't anymore because they're horrifyingly bad for you. The chicken lime and maple bacon tacos, specifically where you don't bother draining out any of the maple grease whatsoever. So it's just like it's delicious, but it's also a heart attack just waiting to happen.
Magnificent.
Oh
You'll
yeah.
have to give me that recipe because I'm slowly gonna go through a bunch if I can get away with it.
Oh yeah. Oh
The main
yeah.
reason I'm just doing tortillas this month is because a lot of the recipes going forward are gonna want tortillas.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it makes
Absolutely.
sense to me to be like, hey, from here on out, tortillas from scratch.
Hey, I think that's awesome.
And it's kind of nice because I was telling Mason last night that one of the nice things about the taco reviews is it's giving me a chance to do something I've always wanted to do, which was learn how to make homemade tortillas and learn how to do all these taco recipes. But I kept not doing it because life.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, I have to do it.
Absolutely.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to cutting mushrooms.
Okay. What's this one?
So yeah, Comic 2 is up now as well. Yay!
Comic 2 is now... Becky's Reaper's little girl. Comic 2 is now up.
Yeah, I think I'm only gonna post these in Tumblr until.
Well, yeah, you don't
It's up on
want
the Tumblr just now?
Yep.
to... She just posted on Tumblr.
Second one.
Just close the thing. I gotta go back.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably a good idea to not post them
Why?
elsewhere just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just doing
need-
a Tumblr thing as a little
You need to build a backlog.
yeah, a way for me to put it out and get little back pats from a few people.
Exactly.
That's all I'm looking for.
No, yeah, absolutely. I get that.
You're not looking to, create a Patreon and then have that be your day job.
Maybe eventually.
Eventually.
That'd be great. No, I just want to see this little cute Reaper thing on buttons at conventions. That's my end goal.
Excellent. It's a good end goal.
Oh, thank you. I drew her up when I was really bored at Amazon one day. I'm just like, oh my god, she's adorable. I need to do something with her.
Well, she's a good character. I like her.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to stick with my challenge of not having any words, any kind of dialogue. Well, I mean, there's...
At least for the first few arcs.
Yeah.
I think long term, maybe, but for the first few arcs, definitely.
Yeah.
My god, I just discovered a hotkey in Illustrator I never knew about.
Hotkey?
Yeah.
Did you burn your finger?
I can hit plus and minus, and I can actually switch pens without having to go into the damn menu.
What?
It has taken me, 10, 12 years to figure that out?
Mm.
Wow. Well, no, however long it's been since I got out of college, that's how long it took.
That's not like... You learn this stuff on the fly, right?
I do, but I did go to college, and I did learn Illustrator.
Evidently not enough.
No, plainly I didn't pay nearly as much attention to school as I should have.
I'm going to blame the teachers. I'm going to say they were sleeping on the job.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I also think, Illustrator is probably one of those things, even a semester at college, you're not gonna, get to all of the things it can do.
I'm just going to say, Amber can attest, there was not a college class I did not discover a way to sleep through.
And still pass.
And still pass. Obnoxiously. Sleeping through class was kind of my specialty.
Four people fucking in a shower.
Well, I mean, what else are you going to do with a shower?
Now, is it a large shower or a standard shower?
Oh!
Nice!
So it's almost like the clown cars of shower orgy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I have fudged the size to accommodate. Like, I drew the people in first, and then I was just like, perspective lines around this, put it in a rectangle.
Yeah.
It's all about perspective.
I think you have to, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with drawing people on anything. I always draw the people first and then draw the room around them because, if I do it the other way around, then the people wind up way the hell too big.
I get that. I tend to, because of the way that I do my comic, I have to draw everyone in, or I have to draw the backgrounds first and then place people on it, but my consideration is making sure that everything seems vaguely realistic within the 3D space I'm trying to present.
Could be a big strong man.
Is there a bottle of salsa you can't open?
Probably not.
Did you cut onions?
I need to cut onions.
Okay. You go do that, I'll be here.
Fantastic. I will cut onions for you, baby.
Thank you.
I'll be a big strong man and I'll cut the onions.
Big strong man.
I gotta cut these onions. 2 onions.
You're so small.
It's not what I usually hear.
I can do it. I'll do it for you.
Oh, there goes the conversation.
Oh. Whoa, so many legs.
It's the fucking Isle of Man of legs
I
here.
see a bulge.
Yeah, well, I had to put a bulge in because it didn't seem right for him not to have a crotch when his legs were in that position.
Or a bulge, I mean, seriously.
He needed something. He needed something.
Trina got hers,
She knew what she was getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a reason she kept coming back.
Yeah, hey, I'm not one to judge.
think I might cheat on this. And despite the fact that in all the other times I've kept the leg position accurate, I don't think I'm going to this time.
No, make it look good. Ooh.
Well, I think the way to do that is to just... Yeah. Do that and be done with it.
Just do what you're doing.
And in all honesty... Yeah, I think this is...
Tubby kitty. Yay.
Well, I can, like, hear you guys chopping onions in there. That's some loud chopping. Damn. It'll work. It's all good. Yeah. Okay. Just need to steal some boots. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum. I don't have music going. I probably should have music going. It's an unusual day when I don't have music going. We'll get to that in a second then. Let's get some music going while we wait.
How's it going?
It's going.
Sure.
Steadily trucking.
Oh gosh. So many beans. Ah.
Are you farty?
Oh. Oh yes.
It's my wife. Passing gas.
Like a boss.
Like a boss. I'm not going to deny it. You pass gas fairly well.
Ooh, thank you. I've always prided myself in that.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
We were just talking about the fact that my wife is farting.
And
Okay.
and proud. I guess.
She's farting and proud. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no, by all means.
got to be out and proud about it.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. By the way, I'm so glad you found that picture of the wall of dongs.
My wife appreciated the wall of dong picture you found.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've actually had that on my hard drive for fucking years. I have no idea where it's from.
Wow.
Plainly, it's from Becky's id. That's where it's from.
Just looks so cozy.
Yeah. And I like that, you know, it's not like you would expect a porn picture. Like, she's not, like, drawn like, oh, this is me, I'm just a bimbo and I love all these cocks. It's like, no, that's a picture of a woman who is in a happy place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like she's getting molested by all of them. It's just a cozy picture.
Yeah.
Cozy pictures of a wall of dongs.
Oh, dongs.
I mean, because, yeah.
Well, it's not a wall. It's
A floor.
Sure.
A floor of dongs in this case. Which good for her.
Yeah, absolutely. If that's where your bliss lies,
In a floor of dongs.
floor dongs, sure. Who am I to say that you should not have a wall of dongs?
No one.
Or a ceiling of dongs? Or a vehicle composed entirely of dongs? It's a big world out there.
Full of dongs.
Yeah, there's lots of them.
Mm-hmm.
I have one.
Do you?
Nice.
Spoiler warning, but yeah.
Spoiler!
His roses are red, violets are blue. I have a penis. Let's put it in you.
So I actually saw something similar in a movie at 500 Days of Summer was where I saw a version of this, but I'd come up with it before it. And I state this only because I was really kind of sad when they put it in the movie, and I didn't feel like it was as good as my version.
Okay.
But my ex's sister got a Valentine's Day present from a guy after they broke up because he'd ordered it, and like he was like, I don't have anyone else to give this to, and it was perfect for you, so I'm just gonna give it to you anyway, because.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, and I was like, wow, like that's harsh though for the dude. Like, what was the card he said? Roses are reds, violets are blue. You broke my heart, you fucking whore. Like, what was the message on that? I was curious. No, he didn't write. He didn't leave a card, which was disappointing. But there was a version of it in 500 Days of Summer, which was roses are reds, violets are blue. Fuck you, whore, for a greeting card. And I'm like, that's not as funny. It doesn't follow the four lines of the stanza you need. You need all four lines, otherwise it doesn't work. Yeah. So.
Well, what's been fantastic this Valentine's Day is there's a bunch of the people who I follow on Twitter. Well, I shouldn't say follow. I don't technically follow them, but I read their feeds.
Well, I know you read everyone, despite the fact that you don't follow a single goddamn person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I spend so much time on Twitter; it's ridiculous. Anyway, they did all of these Roses Are Red format poems about the world being consumed by ants.
Interesting.
Like, I think the original one was Roses are plants, violets are plants, we will die naked and covered in ants.
Interesting.
It says, roses are red, just like these ants. They're the bitey and stingy kind. I hope you like ants. Roses are red, so is hot glue. As well as these ants I'm attaching to you. Roses are red, the planet is doomed. See all these ants? There's more coming soon.
Wow, they really just had a whole thing, didn't they?
It's just, there's so many, and it's all about ants. All of it.
All of it.
Also, just ants is a great word because it rhymes with so many things.
True. True. Yeah, I do have to admit, there's been more than one occasion where I've commented to Becky that you commented on something I posted, and then I'm like, how did he even know? Because he doesn't follow anyone. Like, how? But I just figure you don't follow anyone, but you read, you go and you have a list of people whose threads you read from time to time or something.
Yeah. I literally, no joke, one of the things that I do every morning is I have my lists of comics. I have to have multiple lists of those, because if I open all the tabs at once, my computer locks up.
Well, yeah.
And then I have multiple lists of Twitter pages. And I have, like, personal, which is like friends and people I know. I have weird Twitter, which is, weird Twitter.
Twitter can be at times kind of weird.
There's a list of cartoonists that actually somebody else curates, and I just happen to, make use of it.
It's kind of cool. I'm assuming I'm on your friend's feed, even though I don't want to presume.
Yeah, no, you do not belong under the weird Twitter category.
I appreciate that.
No, weird Twitter category, I've got, like, Drill, Johnny Sun, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Bunch of comedians. It's sad how much of my news I get from people's comedy feeds on Twitter.
Yeah, see, I think that's actually most people at this point.
Yeah.
There's a large number of people who get most of their news and information from Twitter.
Yeah.
Color.
Yeah, I finally got
the group sex picture drawn.
the group sex picture. I got the art taken care of,
Nice.
and now I get 2 flood pill. And flood pill and flood pill and flood pill.
That sounds dirty. Even though you don't tend to use the word dirty, because I read your comic and I know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I pay attention. And you raise a good point. I agree with you on that. I want you to know that conversation we had about Golem and his gender and everything inspired the commentary on one of my comics recently.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because there's that plot line's actually coming up now where he and the new ship that I introduced are going to be hooking up.
Cool.
Because the ship is basically a golem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do.
Well, I mean, in my comic, golems and robots are pretty well interchangeable anyway. So, although I think really, if you think on them, even for like D&D and whatever, golems and robots were pretty well interchangeable. They were just the fantasy equivalent of a robot. The clockwork golems and all that being a clear indication of that. Because I spent way too much money back in the day on monster books. Which is funny, because I bought all of them, but I never really used any of them.
Well, you know, sometimes you just want the art.
I didn't do it for that either. It was like I had every intention of using them, and then I never actually did. So that was silly of me.
So have you seen the trailer for Keanu?
No.
What?
What is it?
It is a movie.
Yes.
This is the best description I've ever heard.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna wait until you're done the stream, and then I'm going to link the trailer to you.
Okay. That's fair. Because it's interesting, I'm assuming?
No, it's super boring and you're gonna hate it. But I want to link it to you because I'm a sadist who wants you to suffer.
I get that.
Yeah.
I can see it. I'm your brother-in-law. The true relationship we have is now finally coming out.
Well, yeah.
It's good to establish it now, finally, after all these years.
I was like, am I going to send him a good thing? No, I think I will send him bad things.
I get that. I'm okay with that. I understand.
Yeah. I'm not going to front.
You're not fronting?
I'm not fronting.
I appreciate that.
I choose not to.
No one likes a fronter.
No one likes a front man.
No. Well, groupies, but
Yeah.
I don't get groupies. That's sad.
Hey.
I get groupies. It's pretty rad.
And what do you do with said groupies, Mason?
Well, one of them just sent me an album, so that's cool.
Really?
Yeah, just like on Bandcamp. She was like, hey, do you want this album? And I'm like, yes, I do. And then she sent me a collection of MP3s that I'm going to listen to tomorrow while I work on things.
To be fair, there is very little that you won't listen to.
Yeah.
And when you finally do find that elusive album you won't listen to, it's pretty shocking.
Tea time.
Not titties, tea.
Titties.
Titties and tea.
Okay, apparently Matt is going to make titties.
And tea.
I stand corrected. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Well, T is for titties. That makes sense.
That's good enough for you?
That checks out. The math checks out.
Because science says.
That's the Sesame Street song we need. T is for titties. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I'm not playing video game music. I should switch to video game music. That would be good. Hold on 1 second.
I don't think I've mentioned Penny Chaz at all, no.
Oh,
What are you doing?
you should tell Mike the story of Penny Chaz and how I don't know anything exists in my own house.
Dodge and burn.
Oh,
Okay.
For a
So,
second-
you of course know about Penny Chaz's and how I was commissioned to hide monsters in my own home to scare my wife and make
Which,
her life
speaking
worse.
of, did your wife ever find that one?
In the bathroom?
Yes.
No, I had to show it to her.
Did you?
2 years.
For New Year's, I was like, okay, I'm going to show you where one of the ones is. And,
That way you can cycle through.
yeah, and she apparently, like, even when I'm pointing it out, she had to, like, really, really look to see it in the first place.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
it's hard.
It was really
Yes.
dark.
You got real.
Like you have to kind of like put your face in it, and then like wait for your eyes to adjust to the darkness.
Like, I can see it just looking, but I guess I'm
Well,
eagle-eyed.
I mean, you showed us where that one that Chaz was hidden, and I will admit that you had to like point it for a few seconds before we finally saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
The one that got me though was there's this tiny little cupboard in our kitchen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that it was actually a cupboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire time we lived there, I just assumed it was like decorative because they didn't have enough space for the cupboard, so they just
That it
put like a
wouldn't
little
open,
mold
yeah.
of it over. So I had no idea that there was actually a cupboard there.
Yeah, I swear that was the best one.
Yeah, that was like a cutting board cupboard, basically. It's super thin.
Yeah.
So I like open it, and my first reaction was like, "Oh my god, we have a cupboard! I can put all our tea in it."
It wasn't, oh my god, Chaz. It was, hey, look, tea cupboard.
Pretty
Exactly.
much. I was more excited about and more blown away that there was a cupboard, a mystery cupboard, than there was like a penny chest.
That's
Which was a well done
awesome.
penny chest, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it was a
Hands
good
that
penny
reaches
chest, don't
out.
get me wrong.
It was really nicely done. I just feel bad that I didn't realize such a thing existed.
For the record, I am actually a little annoyed with Chaz because he stole my idea. You're doing those, your wife is doing those cute little emoticons on Twitter that give, like, fun, inspirational messages.
Yeah.
And he posted at least one that was trolly. And
Yeah.
I was actually waiting until she was done before I did that because I didn't want to ruin her mojo. But I was totally going to do that. Like, anytime
Apparently she's gonna keep doing it, so you would have waited. You would have been waiting a while.
Well, originally she was only going to do a few, and then I think she's just gotten inspired now.
Hmm.
So I was going to post one that was like, anytime people get you down, don't worry, they'll be dead soon.
That's very useful.
It is very useful. But he already did it, so it feels ruined now. I don't want to go through and do it myself.
That was actually something that I used with my downstairs neighbor because
Yeah.
we were driving and he has a tendency to get pissed off when he's driving. He's a road rage kind of guy.
Oh, I can't blame him for that.
He
I
had
do
this
that.
dude that like cut him off, and that other dude was totally in the wrong, and he's such an asshole. And I told him, you know what? The odds of probability are you're never going to see that dude again. Or
Nope.
even if you do, it'll be months down the line. You won't remember it.
Nope.
So, for all practical intents and purposes, you may assume that it's immediately after he left your field of vision, he died.
Yep.
You may as well assume that. So just assume that he died. And live your life accordingly.
I like that. Although I will admit the times where someone does something like that, they cut you off, they run a red light, and then almost immediately, like, get pulled over or get in an accident or something. Those are some of the sweetest times ever.
What do you think, you guys? Bacon bits in the stroganoff or bacon bits save them for macaroni and cheese?
Save them for mac and cheese.
Mike says make mac and cheese.
I mean, bacon bits and mac and cheese are pretty tasty.
Bacon
Great.
bits mac and cheese is some of the best mac and cheese.
Great.
Oh, I should tell Mike how I like to make mac and cheese from scratch.
Wish I could. Neither of us can eat it.
Yeah, it was like I was originally gonna make stroganoff, so I started sauteing some mushrooms and some beef and the oregano in, and then I like reached in under the cupboard to grab the can of cream of mushroom or cream of chicken. I'm not too picky.
Yeah.
And then so I grab a can, start cracking it open, and then just as I'm like reaching the end of it, I realized I had grabbed the can of cheddar, the cheddar soup can.
Yeah. Oh, I read that. Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I guess I'm changing gears. So I put it in, and then I searched the cupboards, and I found that we had some old cheddar and some smoked cheddar. So I grated that into it, added some cream cheese, and then just started cooking that as that. I think I added a little bit of chicken broth as well, just to condense it. And I'm like, well, this is really nice, but I probably could use some noodles. And I look in, all we have are macaroni noodles. I'm like, well, it is destiny.
Don't you put noodles in your stroganoff anyway?
Usually I will just make it on the side and then put the stroganoff on the noodles.
Yeah.
But this time I just cook the noodles and just put it right in the thing.
Mm.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not
I
gonna
would say
lie.
so.
I mean, I'm going to be trying to make it again, so
Absolutely.
I guess that's a good sign.
Well, and don't forget at some point that cheesy Mexican casserole I used to make. That's just a heart attack waiting to happen. Shit's good. I'll get you the recipe for that at some point too.
Excellent.
Because yeah, it's like 3 kinds of cheese and then chicken and everything else, and then you kind of cook it casserole style, and oh my god, it's amazing, and yeah, it'll kill you.
Well, good. Because I have a death wish.
I mean, if you want to die,
Claymation for the movies.
From what I've heard, Deadpool did crazy good at the box office.
have you seen it yet?
I have not yet.
Is it in Canada yet? I don't know when you guys get movies in comparison to us.
No, we would have gotten it today.
Yeah?
But yeah, no, I have not personally seen it yet.
So you guys are on the same release schedule we are?
For that particular movie, yeah.
Well, I'm just speaking in general for movies.
Mostly.
Okay. That's all. Well, that's good to know. It's one of those items of curiosity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Since I know you actually go to movies, even though Mab does not.
Well, occasionally. It would have to be, like, an event.
For you or for her?
Wait a minute.
For me. I go to movies maybe once every couple of months. Like, I don't think to myself, oh, I'm bored, I think I'll go out and catch a flick. It's like, it's gotta be like, oh man, I was waiting to see that.
Well, I don't think to myself, I'm bored, I think I should catch a flick. For me, it's more of, it is a day of the week, I should go catch a flick. But then you are all too keenly aware of my movie collection, so...
Yeah.
Which has gotten way worse since you last saw it. Not, of course, not the least of which is because you haven't seen it in a long time, but... Yeah, it's... Oh my god. My friend Josh, decided he needed to sell off all of his movies, so he sold them to me. And yeah, that was...
My wife is killing her can opener.
I wouldn't recommend that. You kind of need it.
Oh, fortunately, we have multiple can openers.
You have a kind of scary one.
My wife is scared by Ken's can opener.
What?
I'm scared by a lot of things, to be fair. Fear is a great motivator in my life.
For those that are wondering, right now I am currently working on magic casting frames. Since it's mostly just been us chatting and mine not actually explaining anything I've been doing.
Right.
Because, why should I?
I'm sure they keep up.
Yeah, probably.
You know what? That's flat colored. I'm gonna leave it for now.
There you go. You're an artist, you're allowed.
Yeah. Oh, do something else. Or maybe I'll do nothing else and just wait for food. Because I think I'm probably going to get some food fairly soon.
Also a valid option, I say...
I think we'll just put it on bread and get a lot of bread.
I do like bread.
Oven-faced stroganoff sandwiches?
Yes.
So,
Sounds delicious.
I was away this weekend. I went to a restaurant. It was one of those restaurants where the food was tasty, but the portions were so small. I was so sad.
Aww.
That sucks.
What even was worse is that it wasn't even like the main thing itself was fine. Like I got what I paid, I ordered of that, but then didn't give me hardly any side dish stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm getting a grilled boneless Cornish hen, which itself was delicious.
Yeah.
And then oh, it's gonna be on top of some mushroom sauce glazing, and it's gonna have cooked veggies with it. I'm like, oh yeah, veggies. But it was just 2 sprigs of asparagus, 3 beans, and a half a parsnip, and
Aww.
it's what is this bullshit?
That's not really veggies at all.
Yeah, it's I would have been perfectly fine with what I got, especially considering the price it was, because it was fancy fruit too expensive. If they doubled the vegetable count, I like this, but I would like more of the vegetables, please.
Indeed.
I'm not complaining about the hen because it's a Cornish hen. You know what you're gonna get in terms of size.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That I was fine because I'm well, that's.
You're not gonna be where's the rest of my chicken?
Yeah. It's actually pretty neat because I never had I was curious how they actually just debone an entire bird. So that's pretty cool. For the taste. But yeah, I was it was the first time that I actually regretted not ordering an appetizer because normally when you order an appetizer, you're full by the time your meal comes.
Yeah.
This is one of those places where you could have ordered an appetizer, finished your meal, and probably just been okay. Amber whines about food.
Hey, I think it's fair.
Oh yeah.
We whine about food all the time when it's sucky.
Food, it's great.
It is.
Like, if I'm paying, like, $25 for a dinner, which, you know, isn't much in some regards, but still, I would like to at least have, like, a good $5 to $10 of it be vegetables. Okay.
Certainly.
More parsnips on them, motherfuckers.
Ooh, dodge, burn, and smudge. I love you. Apparently.
Not sure if I'm comfortable with you giving your love to Dodge, Burn, and Smudge.
Oh,
I like your love.
oh okay. You're beautiful.
Am I, though?
See that heart? Check out that heart.
Cute.
Yay.
My wife is figuring out the GIMP.
She got a gimp.
She got a GIMP. He's a nice guy.
Cool.
A considerate lover.
Only kind I have.
And I mean, really, isn't that what you want out of your GIMP?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't want an inconsiderate GIMP.
No.
The wrong one. Damn it.
Yeah, you shaking it.
She is. She is quite indeed doing that. Excuse me. Wow, it's already been almost 2 hours? Shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're still gone.
I go 2 hours.
Alright.
Right now, if my Patreon actually gets up over $250, I'm going to start doing 4 hours.
Ooh,
Twice a week.
damn, son.
Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. I put up that notice that I have a Patreon and I've added new tiers, and I got an extra $20. Which, don't get me wrong, $20 a month is nice. However,
Sure.
it doesn't even cover the amount of money I put out on Patreon to everyone else. Between you and Amber and Pink Kitty Rose, I spend like $33 a month. So, but support your local artists. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you're not supporting your artist, you're doing something wrong.
I agree.
You agree. You're one of the artists.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah.
I swear I don't just agree for self-serving reasons.
No, I do. I agree. Everyone should pay me, and people who don't are bad.
Well, hey, you're making good bank, so...
Paying the rent.
Actually, at this point it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So, we've done... Shit, I kicked out, like, 1, 2, 7, 10 frames today. Nice work.
Indeed.
Mostly action frames, and all action frames, and mostly just from 2 directions, which is how it's supposed to be, because I'm not doing 8 directions of action frames, since all my action sequences are going to be taking place on a 2D plane. Having my characters be able to talk and walk in 8 directions is important. Having them be able to fight in 8 directions is decidedly less so.
Yeah.
Because it's
You're not going to be
talking
choreographing the sword fight from Princess Bride.
No, although that would be amazing if I could do that. But, for the record, spoilers, I can't do that. So. Okay, while we've done that, I will now showcase, for the last 8 minutes, some of the other things that I've been working on so that my fans can see I'm not a complete waste of space all the time. So, for one, we are going to be seeing Claypool moving a crate. Ooh. Look at him move that crate. That is such an amazing crate. Yeah, he's going to be wheeling that. Huh?
Hell of a crate.
It's a hell of a crate. So, that's gonna be the crate that he moves around. And then you guys can see that I have a few frames of Sprockets that will be showing up soon. The new character that we've introduced. I'm using Angel as a template sheet, so I remember the frames I need to make. But, yep, there's Sprockets being all sprockety.
I see.
Yes. Oh, well, you'll see in like 15 minutes or 15 seconds or so.
No, I see it. It's right there.
Nice. Stream's not that far behind then.
Yeah.
And then I did a bunch of work on the new ship that is showing up, the Sylph. So, there is her new ship that will be showing up soon. And then I did a bunch of work on backgrounds and getting all sorts of background props in place so that the ship feels full and interesting. I did that the asteroid base on Ceres, and the way I did it and how it all worked out, I realized I really liked just that 2D plane that I can move my characters around and then just add doors and background props to the various hallways and rooms to make them distinct. Worked really nicely. I liked how it turned out, so I'm just going to continue doing that from now on because it's just not just an easy way, but to do stuff, but it also feels full. So, like, I spent all that time drawing the big ship, the Siren. Like, all the fucking time drawing the Siren. And, like, I have multiple floors for everything, and you can see, like, residential and storage and engineering, and I barely use it. And it just was like, I spent, like, weeks working on it, and then it's been mostly wasted effort, so in the future, I'm just going to do like I did for the Sylph, and just draw a single, simple couple set of backgrounds, and then do props. It's so much easier. So much better. It just works so much better. But, you know, that's doing a comic like this, that's life lessons. Gotta learn.
Yeah.
So. Okay, let me bookmark the pizza place I'm going to be sending, like, or getting pizza from for you guys. Bookmark this page. Stobie's Pizza.
Stobies. I don't know where they get their name from. I don't know if there's a person named Stobie or
Probably
what.
a nickname, yeah. Dia Cheese now available? What is Dia Cheese?
Well, it's cheese, but the cows were on diet.
Lactose-free cheese.
What? So I can have actual pizza from...
You could have an actual pizza from them.
Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Delicious dairy-free cheese. So the Stobie's Pizza will make... and it's no extra charge. Dia cheese and a gluten-free crust. You could actually eat their fucking pizza.
Nice.
Wow. That is awesome. Well, when we come visit you guys in, like...
May.
It'll
be a fantastic graduation present.
Yeah, where's your wife at? I need to speak to her.
I don't know. Amber, where are you at?
Are we done with the stream, or no?
We'll talk in a sec. Anyway, and then the final thing, and... Okay, all of you guys out there that don't want to see spoilers, now is the time to turn off, because we're about to do spoilers. So, spoiler warning for all of you out there. If you don't want
Everyone
spoilers...
dies.
Huh?
Everyone dies.
If you don't want spoilers, turn off. Thanks for watching. My name's Mike Finkelstein. My wife, Rebecca Finkelstein, and Mason Williams were here in the chat with me, occasionally along with Amber Williams, my sister. Thanks for watching. For the rest of you, spoilers. This is the next version of the ship. So you can see it has, like, wings and stuff on it, which are actually going to be solar sails. This doesn't come around until at least Game 6. So we're like a game and a half away from that right now. And then you can also see some new, like, attack ships and a transport shuttle that are going to be part of the whole fleet. So it's going to be a fleet of ships at this point. So that was the other thing I was working on, and then card game artwork and so forth. So, which actually, let me load that so you can see that stuff, Mason. Hold on, let me get over to it. Dodeca system. Dost thou deceive me? And character chibis. So I think I posted some of these on my Twitter feed, or at least the Dodeca system one did. Those are the characters that are going to be showing up. And then I also have each of them done in a more Final Fantasy style of little mini chibis. Let's actually use Sven, because Sven looks a little better.
I like the little Minotaur bard guy.
Thank you! Yeah, I wanted to include a Minotaur because I wanted someone unusual, and because my game system is so strange, it occurred to me, if I'm going to include the big, burly Minotaur, I should make him the exact opposite of a big, burly class. So I took the Minotaur and made him a bard.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, no. And then you can see I have the Final Fantasy side chibis that I'm going to be using for all of them. Which you saw for Olaf and now you saw for Sven. And they're going to be pieced on top of these backgrounds that you'll see in a second. And then basically there will be props and so forth that will be placed along with them for the various cards. So like Sven will get the monochromatic dream coat, or there will be the labyrinth of the tiniest Minotaur ever. There will be a bunch of cards like that in the game. So fun and not taking itself too seriously, but at least decently detailed backgrounds for the characters to stand on. So, yep. And that is where we are at. And that is a showcase of current artwork that this artist has been doing on this. God damn it, that Minotaur is awesome.
Yeah.
Love that Minotaur every time I look at him. Here, let's go showcase him. Where's the Minotaur at? Cedric. That's his name. There he is. There's his Minotaur-y self. And yeah, these are the characters that are going to get used in the RPG. The Final Fantasy style RPG.
I approve.
Thank you. So, anyway, thanks to everyone for watching. I will see you again, hopefully next week, I think I'm scheduled for. This has been Mike Finkelstein, music provided largely by various video game companies, and remixes by Overclock Remix, with about half of a Nine Inch Nails song tucked in there because I wasn't paying attention. Thanks everyone, and I will see you again next time. Until then.